Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, because I put your user volume up because you're always so quiet. Your voice is saturated quiet. Meanwhile, mine's bassy. Black Spike, no! What's a processing EPB again? There we go. For free nitro or something. That's a lie. Oh, here comes the cavalry.
Oh,
Here comes the
hell
cavalry. Well, we got something to do now. Free content for Halo.
yeah. I
Free
lied to
content for
you.
Halo.
Isn't that like the best
Yo,
kind of
what's good,
content?
Halo?
Alright. So, I dragged you all here. By Halo's will. I dragged you all here.
By a
Because I
Halo's
want-
will.
Like
Whoa,
Halo's will.
whoa,
Actual
whoa.
bullshit.
I dragged
By the will of
Halo.
Halo.
Well, now, listen. I dragged you all here because I want to talk. I just want to hear you guys' opinions because I'm curious. What do y'all think of our community, the anti-fur community? What do you guys think about it? One at a time,
Think quite
please.
fondly of it.
It's definitely got some problems, but
Bro.
I think it's still pretty cool. Like, it's definitely got its problems. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, let's change
no,
our
I'm
mind.
just
If you're gonna
wondering,
say
like, what do you
something,
guys?
say
Yeah, what
your
do you wanna
name
say?
first so we actually know who the
Yeah,
fuck is talking.
Yeah, say it because I'm also gaming at the same time.
Oh yeah, I'm
bad.
Rogue Skymaster.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that the anti-fur community, it has its flaws. Like the main message of like this sub-community of the anti-fur community, especially, it's sending a good message, but it definitely has its flaws.
Oh, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, I think its flaws actually kind of mirror the flaws of the furry community a bit. For example, both have a Nazi problem. That's a thing that both have, like the furry raiders and other. And like, I can't think of anti-furry, but there are definitely
Wolfgang.
some.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like
There's
that.
also the fact that both sides massively stereotype the other, or that's a thing that happens a lot. Another thing that
Definitely.
happens is both sides treat the other like children, like 14-year-olds.
Mhm.
Right, and yeah, that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, like there's a lot of problems within our own community alone of just, people are too young and they just don't know what they're getting into. Like I don't understand why people have that mentality. It's just they get in here, they think, oh, do this, or I hate these guys, but there's more to it than just what we do on our own,
That is true.
Because a lot of kids, like that's a problem. Like a lot of kids just like to be edgy, think they're cool, getting attention. It's just no, please. Spare yourself the embarrassment. Please.
I would like to agree with Rogue's statement. Hi, my name's the Overseer. I would like to agree for his answer because we have our flaws, but mainly we usually react to more maturely and more appropriately instead of having to go around like forcing hate to everyone. And
yeah, it's a really bad thing, I I get it. We're trying to like spread a message, but do you really need to spread a message by, oh, we're gonna kill these guys, I hate them, really,
Yeah, that's how it works.
It's better. Like I like what Halo did when we came up with the idea for the docs. That was a really smart idea. Instead of just, oh, I hate these guys, we should kill them, we should raid them. Calm down, make a document of why we don't like them, and spread the message.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a part of it, even though I did like one thing. But we look past that.
yeah.
Yeah, but like there's also something controversial that I think that a lot of people really don't like. Like I don't like it especially, but a lot of people have mixed takes on it. The memes.
Yes.
They're just weird at this point. Like I just don't understand why people like them anymore. I grew out of that phase because it's just weird, you know. The bait memes, especially, like, oh god, the bait memes, like, it's just really weird.
Yeah,
You know?
and I've noticed this for a while. I've been like, and it's pretty obvious. I've been trying to step away them pretty heavily away from my channel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I noticed
people
that.
did take them pretty well of me doing that at first. Gosh, I feel like I'm stuttering all over the place. Holy shit!
Mhm.
But I feel like my videos and their quality have improved since I've stepped away from that.
Yeah, it definitely is more informal. The memes, like, aha, funny, whatever, but it's just at some point you're gonna grow old of them, and we're not like kids anymore.
That's another reason why I've slowed production of them so much.
And also, you've been in training, so
I've been doing a lot of self-training.
yeah, I stepped away from the memes. Like, I just want to do gameplay in general. Like, gaming is definitely a pastime of mine I love doing. That's not, you know, all the other things I do in life. But that's also another thing I want to talk about. A lot of us spend a lot of our times in this community, and I feel like, do you guys have lives or something? Like, I see so many of you guys spend time online doing all this stuff about the community and being a part of the community, but like, you guys have a life or something, a job, school? What are you guys doing, you know?
A
Iraqi
cheesy
fella.
plate here. I do, in fact,
Oh,
do.
he did. Wait, where'd he go?
I cheese around. That is my life. I cheese around.
Jeez.
Yes, I do, in fact, cheese around. That is my life right there.
Jeez. But you know, there's some
That's
things
a
in
pretty
this
good life.
community which just like they just awestruck me, you know? Like this community has definitely had its high oh hey. It's just a lot of things in this community that just makes me question things, you know, about people. Like what their motives are. You know? So I just want to like get everyone here and just start talking about these because I know everyone has different opinions. I just want to hear a bunch of them, you know. So anyone else got something they want to share?
I do.
Okay.
About the
Dude,
community or the AF community?
Okay.
the
So,
anti-fur. And you can say fur if you want,
we
but
all know about the butter goat video, of course.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
oh my goodness. Overkill? Don't use
Turn
there.
off the
Next time,
things.
yeah, next soundboard, you're getting kicked.
Yeah.
That's annoying. All right, continue, Halo.
As much as like biased and I don't even know a word for it, almost vendetta like the video felt against some people,
Mm-hmm.
I did feel like they brought up some good points.
Like what?
How the docs are definitely not perfect. There's some things we still need to
No.
work on,
Yeah.
but we also are not really going after the issue at hand in our own community enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a big problem because there's a lot of like edgy kids that are like, "Oh, we should do this," you know. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! 1 second, Halo, you can continue. That was cold or something.
I haven't had my daily caffeine, so I'm a little behind.
Me too.
Let me just think. The Butter Grove video, I did feel like, and I don't know, this might just be personally, but I do feel like there was a bit of a vendetta against me in particular. And I'm not just talking about the section with the dogs, I'm talking about like everything else before that. How I was being mixed in. But that's just my take, I guess. It just felt like a vendetta.
A lot of that is with you. I don't know what it is with people, but they just hate you. They just hate your guts.
They hate me because they hate me, or something like
They hate
that.
you.
Yeah,
Exactly, bro.
Their hatred of you is something I really don't understand because you're honestly like you're one of the best anti-furries out there. Like you're one of the chillest ones.
I've been
It's also pretty
called
funny.
Just gotta say it.
the quote-unquote most dangerous by furries
It's crazy.
because I'm the reasonable one. So hence I'm the
'Cause he
most
actually has-
dangerous.
Because he actually knows what he's doing. Unlike most people.
Try.
I got some chicken fingers and fries. I'm goated.
I mean, that also might just because I take this thing, because I do 100% believe that what the movement is trying to do is right. 100%. Under every belief
Yeah.
I have, it's just that we still need to find a way to properly implement it.
A lot of people like have like certain things to them that make them stand out. Like for example, AAF. Ever since he went to his trolling arc, he just changed completely. And honestly, I'm not really a big fan of it.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of it. Because he's not really attacking the issue at hand. He's just causing more problems. In my opinion.
Yeah.
And just hearing him talk is like, dude, are you hearing yourself? Honestly, it's just weird. I have my own thoughts behind why he changed. I know you know Halo, but no one else needs to get roped into that.
Yeah.
So you know my
AF
theories
or
behind it.
CEO. I feel like he has stepped back quite a bit.
Yeah, honestly, it was better before he changed his name.
Well,
So
another reason is that he's been constantly pretty much harassed on every single front.
yeah, and honestly, I think that's just his fault.
Like, I know it was pretty bad, all the stuff I went through, but just looking at how badly he's getting targeted, it's so shocking to me that nobody is really pointing it out.
Yeah, because he's just been acting differently ever since he changed his name on his channel.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't like these opinions of like these motives of this. Oh, yeah, we should just troll these guys. You know, make them more mad when we're trying to send a better message. I really just don't like that anymore. Like I understand. Maybe if it's like a tiny server filled with pedophiles, let's say, that need the law on them and they don't have the law, like I can guess you can justify that. But
I mean, that
even
can
then,
be funny sometimes.
but
yeah,
even
and
then,
then-
just taking big servers and trying to like nuke them or whatever, it's just not going to change our motives. It's just going to make everyone hate us more.
And then even that's a double lose situation as much as it feels like, because we either can find a server like that and we go in there, we take it down, and then they'll blame us for saying that, oh, why are you targeting these people? Even if we clearly know that these are, by all definitions, the bad guys. Or if we don't do anything, they'll get mad at
It's
us
all
again
stereotypical.
because why didn't we do anything? There is no winning. It's just that how are you going to make them less angry? And that
There's no really way around it.
Yeah, therein lies the problem, is that, and I wouldn't say that this is Fana specific, but just the way that they portray themselves out to be, especially when it comes to controversy or any type of issues like that, is they always see themselves as the higher being. Always. That they are in the right and whoever else is in
I
the
feel like
wrong.
I feel like it's just an ego thing, to be honest. Like I'm feeling
really
it
is.
just
It really is.
because like, oh, I want to come out and win this conversation because I'm biased towards this or whatever. Like, dude, look at both sides of the conversation and then draw a conclusion. Don't just jump to conclusions. I hate when that happens as well. Like, especially with you.
If you
A lot of
don't
people
mind
like,
if I interrupt real quick, but right now this is sound like politics, like literally IRL politics. If
IRL
I'm gonna be
politics?
honest.
I could get
And
sexist
what-
here.
Guys, we have the
but
best Discord. There's no better Discord than this Discord.
hold on, I
We
gotta
got the
make that.
best
If you
one.
join my
wait,
Discord
hold on.
right
Best
now, I will
one.
give you a year worth of Nitro.
You have the best Discord. None is better than this one. Halo's Discord is the best Discord.
This
There
is
is
why
only
we
one
call
great
ourselves the
Discord, and
Democracy
it's
Space Station. I love democracy. I love
the
democracy
Democracy
so
Station.
much.
Looking at the poor,
But
more of a degenerate. Gonna build a wall.
Okay, but
Build a wall.
yeah,
So
I
here's
agree.
more-
I agree. We are getting off topic. We are getting off
So,
topic.
all right, hold on. Let me bring up another topic about our community in general. The Nazi problem. That's a big one that no one seems to be tackling the thing about.
Yes.
But we tried in the past. It did something, but it's still a big problem.
How do you even reasonably go after that, though?
It'd probably be some big YouTuber like yourself makes a video about it, and then other people, because a lot of people seem to like love you as an idol, which is just weird.
It is kind of weird.
like fanboying.
I
It's
am
just
but a
weird.
man.
He's just but a lad, a wee lad.
Man.
Those are
Like,
loud.
it's just I don't know how to explain it,
I mean, he
especially
is how
like,
I came here, so.
Yeah,
like I've seen.
I completely agree. Halo should probably make a video about that.
Yeah, well,
What? Yeah,
take
you're
this as
right.
inspiration. Make a
Yeah,
video
I
about it.
think, yeah, you might probably say something. I think it would be a good idea for prominent members of the anti-furry community to like talk about some of the problems in the community.
Yes,
to
that's
like
why. That's why
address the
Wednesday.
problems.
I think
I-
Wednesday or Thursday, I'm releasing a video of my opinions and what I think we should change in the community because I have SAT testing those days and seniors don't have to take it, so I'm staying home.
And looking at how I wrote out the docs, especially covering the Nazi issue, I thought I did a pretty good job at it. But
Honestly,
I
it could
did.
go use.
I did. But the thing is it's just saying, okay, we're not, instead of okay, maybe there are, and here's how we're going to fix them.
We need to think. We need to revise that a little bit, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I feel like it is a very well written out section. There's a lot of sources, and I remember I had to scrap my video because of this. I kind of went over in my Moonwolf video that I had to scrap the entire one before it. That video pretty much had me explaining out why the Nazi issue is not as big as it is, or why it's
But you
overblown
scrapped that
or
one.
exaggerated. And effectively, what it boiled down to was we look at the numbers say it's not. And yes, you can compare it and say the numbers, especially on my doc, the one I did, it's about 15% of that, right? 15% from the channels.
Mm.
And then if you look at that compared to, let's go with the zoophile percentage, people are like, okay, how can you say it's a small percentage of Nazis, but not say it's a small percentage of zoophiles when they're effectively the same number?
Mm.
And that's a good point.
Yeah, because
But
a lot
the
of people
way
just.
I countered that is saying, okay, we have 2 surveys on the doc actually about zoophiles. One is, and you might have noticed this because it was pointed out. One of them is surveys that say yes, I am a zoophile, and the other one is surveys that say I have zoophilic tendencies.
So zoophilic
So
tendencies,
if
and not
we
just zoophile.
separate those two, if we look at it strictly off of Anti-Furries saying, yes, I am a Nazi, and yes, I have Nazi tendencies, or I used it in a meme once or something, the percentages flip. So now that
Wow.
0.1% of people who have zoophilic tendencies is now the 13% or the 12% that have Nazi tendencies. So it completely flips.
So that's just strange right there.
You wouldn't think of that until you actually look at the numbers. Or another thing is, the flags, right? The flag. If you always look at the flags.
Yeah,
People
we
are saying
changed that from the
it
original.
looks like the Belarusian anarchist flag, or the Okare Black Sun flag, whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
If you actually look into those flags, neither of them actually use those specific types of flag as their official flags. They are unofficially used, which means
and I know
that they have
because
just as much validity as the firefighting flag.
I know, but a lot of people like to use it as an excuse, saying, "Oh, this is they dig into it just so they can find dirt on us," because we literally can have nothing in this society here, you know?
Yeah, and that's
Like,
another
oh,
thing.
this means like it's a terrorist organization or something. It's just so dumb.
That's another thing. Most people will take, and this isn't just a problem with the fandom, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to dabble in politics a little bit. I'm sorry. But
Okay, fine.
Besides,
Such a
if
tragedy.
there's a point, yes, acceptance is good. We should probably try to accept each other, but there's a limit to that. There is a limit to what is allowed.
What's going on?
If you can like
Hey,
whoever you want, right? But when
Yeah.
it starts affecting everybody else around you, to the point where it's dictating jobs, where it's dictating policy, that's when it starts to become a problem.
Mhm.
And that could be the same for the fandom, because people always wonder in the fandom, why do we have such a big problem with porn, right? Because
Yeah.
everybody watches porn, right? Just statistically.
Yeah.
Because
You can do with that what you will, but yeah.
there's so much. It's if we can get down, and this is the catalyst of the entire thing, right? That this is a sexual community, a not safe for work community, then that is the catalyst to everything else. All of the
'Cause
bills
it's
involving
the root is
children,
porn.
all the bills involving like child safety online, all of that is now
Because
justified.
all
All
these,
the bills
yeah, those kind of
saying
communities
that,
like to do that.
yeah, all the bills saying that like they need to have stricter rules online is justified. All the rules saying that they
Yeah, it
need
needs to
to
happen, yeah.
enforce this type of policy in schools is justified. Because let's look at this in schools, right? Furries,
Yeah.
if they are a sexual deviancy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then why should they be allowed over something like fishnets or hang tops, right?
Oh my
Those are the
goodness,
same
yeah.
things. They fall under
Okay.
sexual deviancy as well.
Yes. All right. I have to tell you something about this. There's this one kid in my school. I think he's a senior, but I know one of my friends. He says he knows him. He goes to the auto tech at my career tech center, and which is also kind of funny because this dude likes to cross dress a lot, and he's even told my friend, "No, I'm not gay or trans or whatever. I just like dressing like this." And I go, "Bro, that's just a lie. You know that." He's just the weirdest kid. Like he's like a full blown dude, like a little taller than me, like 6'2", 6'3". Like, dude, so
Yeah.
weird. And they wonder, why are you getting, made fun of? Why this? Why that? And stop acting weird.
And that leads into another thing.
I
I've
do have
noticed
something
a lot of
to.
people.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, you
No.
can talk. Go for it.
Yeah, I was going to say on the porn section,
Mhm.
I do not necessarily care if a community is filled with porn. I care about who is in there and what is being discussed. Like, if it's just normal porn and there's no children in there, that's fine. But if we're talking about furry porn, that's where I start having problems.
That's another thing too. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what kind of it is because it's just a big problem in general.
Well, the point is that it's sexualizing animals.
That is definitely
Yeah,
also.
and that's another thing too. Is so like
Okay.
that's so much. That's so controversial. It's really a moral standpoint. So like, yeah, obviously, if you want to look at it that way, you can. That, yeah, these are human-like characters, quote unquote, but they're imbued with animal-like features, which begs the question, right? If you're gonna watch this type of stuff for pleasure, why do you need those animal-like features?
Mm-hmm. It's more of a fetish thing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But does
It's
that?
Yo, how
But
long
then
you
you have
guys
to
gonna be
ask the
talking?
moral question, and this is a viewpoint just based on who you are as a person, really. Does that contemplate to zoophilia? Do those two lines connect? What qualifies as zoophilia?
Now, that
Where
is
is
a
that
big
line
debate.
drawn? Yes, that's the debate.
That is because it's always like, but yeah, they're like with human features and intent, but it's like, is it
Then
really
why do you-
animal driven? It's like it's so weird to even explain it.
Like, and yeah, that draws both ways. So like, what qualifies as zoophilia then? Would cat girls qualify as zoophilia? Like,
I'd say yeah.
If they're more human than cat, then no, not really.
but they still have
They have
animal
just like a
features.
They
yeah.
still have
they
animal
have
features, is the thing.
It's really hard and
It's
confusing.
it's
when
a
it comes
moral
to this.
question. It's not. There is no
Yeah.
like solid right answer.
Yeah,
per
there's no
se.
right answer because there's so many features that like
It's
people
what
make
you
with it.
think. Yes.
It's what you think. There's no really a solid thing.
And that leads
Personally,
me
I
into
think it is.
thinking that's what most anti-furries will think is that
That's what I was about to say. Yes, because they're not actually thinking; they're just assuming.
and that's just a part
Like,
of the
put your
group.
mind to it. Yeah, I know. You just got to put your mind to it and think about it logically. You can't just go into it blind, saying, "Oh yeah, they're all zoophilia." But like, I want to ask you something. What qualifies as zoophilia? What do you think qualifies as it? You know?
I
Like,
already got called.
Are
out
you
for this,
drawing
but
Are you drawing a dog
more
with dog genitals? You know? Is that what you mean by
Look up the
zoophilia?
Google definition.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Also, Halo, you know what would be funny right now if you stream this on YouTube?
I can't stream.
Oh,
My
and we get
Wi-Fi
chat
is
going.
having problems. I'm just recording it.
Damn. Okay. All right, you can cut that out. Whatever. But it's really a big problem. Like they're just going after like, okay, so you're going after their porn specifically, but what's about it that they don't like? You know, we're gonna try zoophilia. Okay, now what about it? What do you think qualifies as it? Are you just gonna say something dumb, or are you actually gonna have a logical explanation? That's what I feel most of us have gone to after this community. They just jump to accusations and jump to anything really
Hello?
quickly, you know?
Hello?
It's more of like a brainwash type of
No.
thing, in my opinion, because they're all like, they all have like, it's like a hive mind, if you will. I'm trying to find the right words.
Yeah.
I hate my
Okay.
English
You
is so
think
broken.
I have something to say about my problem with it,
Okay.
like the furry. So basically, there's pretty much two sides of the furry community. All of y'all know this: the safe for work side and the not safe for work side. Everybody here knows this. And
Yes.
what happens that I have a problem? Kids are attracted to the safe for work side of the community, and they are exposed to the not safe for work side of the community.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
I want to
my
stop you right there.
problem with it.
I want to stop you right there for a second.
But I think
I don't really find anything wrong with the safe side. If you feel like
Yeah, nothing's
being
wrong
animals,
with that.
I'm not gonna stop you. But when you start bringing children
your
and
silly
porn into it, then I have a problem with it.
Yes.
I do not care. In fact, I'm pretty sure I am in some servers where there are furries, but they are chill. They're not like
Mhm.
don't watch the disgusting shit.
It's just like
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want. If you think it's cool, or you know, if you
Draw
want to
your silly animals.
I don't really care. I can care less. But if you start bringing porn into it, then it's a problem.
And if you
Well-
start bringing children into it, then it's an even bigger problem.
Then it's an even bigger problem.
And the problem is with that is that, yeah, the safe for work side is fine, but especially with younger people, say 13, 14 age, they'll look at this and then they'll think, yeah, it's cool. That's fine, right? But
Mhm.
if
But then
like
they-
we've
but then they get
established
roped
before, if this is a sexual community and it is as prevalent as we pointed out to be, as the numbers pointed out to be, right?
Mhm.
That's the catalyst. So what's the boundary between them looking and keep looking into this fandom until they find things like
It's only their
websites
parents.
that are by no
That's-
means small,
really
like
crazy.
E621? What's stopping them from
Mhm.
finding stuff like that?
There's nothing stopping them.
Nothing.
Nothing. There's no barriers.
Nothing.
And sure, you might think, oh, that's just an internet thing. But when they're actively taking measures to prevent things that would help them keep minors away from the
Oh.
site, that's when you know there might be a problem.
Now, when you said about the internet thing, there's nothing actually stopping them. You know how many kids, like how many parents, they just give their kids internet access, and it's just ridiculous. Like, it's
Oh, yeah,
really
of
sad.
course.
Videos of kids searching up Roblox sus or something dumb like that. It's just
Yeah.
out of this world.
Yeah.
And
There-
think of the percentage of kids that actually have seen it.
That site. I'm playing a Roblox game right now, but
But it just mesmerizes me, you know. And companies like Roblox, I'm talking like if I want to slide over there and do a little bit.
yeah,
Companies like Roblox, they have a porn problem. They have it in via clothes, you know, billboards, even in the studio. I've seen it in the studio, Roblox Studio. They have it in there too, and it's like this game is made for kids. You're not taking the steps to keep your kids safe, even though you've mentioned this before about keeping your kids safe. They even put extra measures, yet they're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
you know what it
Roblox
says
is,
to me? It says to me they're enjoying it too, but they're not doing anything about it because it still gets them money. Because people are going to spend Robux to groom minors.
Yeah. But that, I
It's
think
really
we're getting
tough.
off topic. That's a whole different can of worms.
Yeah. So we're going to continue. What else should we bring up about this community?
Oh, I'm gonna stream DayZ, but I'll still stay in the call.
I know I'm doing
Uh,
GD, but
I'm streaming a
A
Roblox
lot
game.
of people will take anti-furries for having thinly veiled homophobia. Or
all right, no, that's
transphobia.
cool. No, not I wouldn't say thinly. It's like it's a really big thing that I've seen.
Yeah, and I think that also
People always jump to accusations about homophobia and transphobia or whatever.
Bruh,
And
that is
I-
literally
Like, that's
not
not
what
what
this
we're
community
focusing
is
on, though.
about, bruh.
yeah.
That is not what this community is about. Like, don't jump to it unless you actually have proof to back that up.
Well,
Like, I get it.
personally
Some of us
don't
have that,
support
and
it.
it's pretty. Just I've seen some people do that, and it's just like, dude, why? It's just I don't know how to think about this. because this is like this could be just this topic here is just gonna be stretching in a lot of ways
Yeah.
because a lot of people have their own opinions and how they do things. But in the end, is that really helping toward the cause that we try to spread out there? Because a lot of people don't really know about this. Like I didn't know about this until I was like 12 when I got my phone back in what 7th grade, end of 7th grade. And then before that, I heard the term before, but I was like, I wonder what that is. Like, oh, people like to like act like animals. Okay, whatever. I don't really care. But until I looked more into it, I look how horrific it is. It is just vile.
Yeah.
And then when you have people like, oh, I'm like a white supremacist or whatever. I hate black people. I hate gay people. Is that really helping toward our cause? Is that really going to make a difference? No.
Yeah. It's
just
a personal
causing
vendetta.
problems. Yeah, it's
And
a personal
I'm not
vendetta.
saying that people will definitely have their own moral values. Like we've established before, they'll think what is right and what is wrong. But
Yeah,
like you need to
there's a lot
keep
of-
those out of the community. Like this
Just
community
keep that out
isn't
of the
about
community. You can go in
that.
other communities, but when it
You
comes to
can
our
do
community,
that
we're
on
only
your
focusing
own
on spreading the
time.
truth.
yeah, and like sure, and I think I speak for a large majority of us when I say that we are probably right-winged, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean
now
that
that
we
also-
will. That's the goals that we're aiming for.
Yeah,
I'm
but
kinda
that's
mixed
also
on
that's
both.
also a problem as well. Like you brought this up now to my next point about this is a lot of furries they always get mad at us because we're right-wing fascists, because we
Yeah.
support one political party. That's also just not a big problem in the community. It's just a big problem in this America in general. But I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
into that, but it's definitely a political thing. And that also brings personal vendettas of people, and then there's just even more drama that doesn't need to be there. And I also want to now touch on dramas in our own community. That is probably the biggest
Drama.
one. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
my lord.
me and Halo are quite familiar with that.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Should
we're all
make
too
a
familiar
problem.
with that. So, hold on a second. I'm getting a good run here. Wait. Okay, 41 to 88. Anyways, dramas. That's a big thing with our community because people are so diverse. There's nothing wrong with diversity, like you said earlier before, Halo. There's nothing wrong with it, but you just have to like agree with everyone. But as me and him have definitely seen, no one agrees to anything.
So
No one likes to agree on nothing. And you know what that leads to? Fighting. It leads to division.
yeah.
It's a really big issue that I don't think we touched it on that much. We just ignored it. We touched on it once, I remember, a long time ago, but we never really did anything about it. It's just a problem, man. I don't even know how to explain this.
Yeah, and that's
Like I get it. We have a community. We have a pretty active community. All the servers I've been in, they're pretty active, But each one is so different and has its own set of problems.
yeah.
It's just I don't know how to explain it, man. It really has my mind in a blank.
Alright, I just started stream.
What else?
What else should we cover on about our own community? Should we just like give some suggestions, some ideas we can throw around of what things we could start to, bring out there for the ones that like to,
Yeah.
are in this community?
I really think something should be said about the hypocrisy of both communities. Really.
Okay,
Shut up, Iraqi.
Iraqi, shut it. We're busy here. We're delegating. Okay.
Yes. Turn off soundboard.
I don't know how to do that. Halo can do that because
Already
I don't
did that.
have terms. All right.
Okay, thank you.
So here's something I'd say we should do. Either I will do it or Halo will do it. If I will do it, it's going to be a boring app fest. With Halo, it would probably be more entertaining because I'm not one with editing.
What are
But
we
I feel like we
talking
should make a video addressing some problems.
Oh yeah.
Some problems to start it out there, you know. I know I'm gonna do one of what I think is wrong with this community, what I think about it, and what I think we should do about it in the future. That's gonna come around Wednesday or Thursday, so be tuned for that.
Oh, hold up. GD.
Ma'am.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh god.
it's in my bio. Like
Get
scroll
me
all the way
back
down.
here,
Find
you
it.
little shit. Alright, this guy.
Ginger, if you're gonna be in this VC, don't start talking about the game. We're delegating here.
Okay. Let's see.
Also, I do want to mention something. I also want to mention something. A lot of people seem to get pressed if we call them a child for acting like an edgy kid. That's something as well. A lot of edgy kids. Like every time I see some like anti-furry, I just have the urge to cringe. Like it's just a personal thing to me, at least. Like I've grown up from what I used to do, and honestly, I feel kind of embarrassed now that I think about it. Like doing the memes, the bait videos. I've made some bait videos on my channel, and honestly, I'm not proud of them. One of them got over 10,000 views, which is like, kind of hurts not people know that, but that was a YouTube short. I don't know. YouTube likes to suck their cock when it comes to YouTube Shorts videos.
That is true.
Let's see here.
So I just, ugh. I mean, I don't think you should look at any of mine anymore. Like, I don't even want to look at them no more. Ugh.
Something I've noticed about a lot of these anti-furry stuff, like the Reddit communities, the videos, is that they'll actively pick and choose the anti-furries to make their image look bad.
Yeah, that
This
is
something
true.
that's been brought up in the past.
Reddit.
Like,
Well,
seeing,
it's gonna happen.
Is
The,
that especially anti-furry cringe is pretty. That's like their whole thing.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that crosshair. It doesn't help that cross goes and actively attacks it either. It's not. It doesn't make it help any better.
Yeah, is that they're actively, and I know they say they don't do this, but they 100% do. They're actively going out and looking for these people most of the time.
Yeah, they're just actively going out, and it's just illegal. But of course, the only one who feeds them the fire is Cross. So you can all get mad at him for that. As if we're already not mad at him enough.
Yeah.
I know I am.
Where did I leave my shit?
He takes all my plans in the garage to help fix it, and he just throws them out the window. So what do I do?
Garage is
I
dead. Billions must be conscripted to the Helldivers.
I saw you commented on that.
Join the Helldivers.
Garage has fallen. Billions must be conscripted to the DSS.
Where is the? I'm so.
You know, to be honest, the only reason why I'm in the DSS is so I can be with Halo, because Halo's my buddy.
Yeah,
I'm honored.
You're honored.
well,
Oh wow, I feel special now. As former head admin of the garage, now chilling in the DSS. Not really for the anti-fur stuff, just to chill. Like a lot of us, honestly, we have kind of fallen off from where we used to be. We're not really anti-fur anymore. Just like I wouldn't say neutral is the word, but we still like hate degeneracy and whatnot. But we're just not.
We're just not taking action.
We don't do anything.
Yeah,
and that's the thing we need to
feel
change.
like that's my fault a lot.
Why
I've
do you-
been so busy with everything that my YouTube just got really sidelined.
yeah. But if you're talking about are you talking about the garage?
No, I'm talking about
I'm getting jumped.
my YouTube and the server.
Oh, yeah.
Mainly my YouTube. I have the ability to make videos. Like my Moon Wolf video, I literally just sat down, chugged 2 cans of Monster, and I pumped that out in like probably less than a day.
Yeah. I did mine in like 15 minutes. I just already had pre-recorded gameplay, and I just did a voiceover. That was it.
I compiled. I just like, but then I don't feel motivated.
Yeah, there's not really a lack of motivation because you really have to think about what you do and what you will receive from it.
Like back when I used to make the memes, I'm gonna be real with you. When I first started making the memes, I did it just because, that was me. I just didn't like furries. That was it. But then when the docs started coming around, when I actually started really looking into them, I realized there's like a reason people don't like furries.
Yeah,
Like this isn't just because
and
they're different. Haha, laugh at them. There's like, no, these guys
yeah,
are fucked up.
no, these guys are just messed in the
They
brain.
are
And
fucked
also,
up.
yeah,
I think
I was
It's
also gonna.
so
Halo, you remember the DJD?
yeah.
oh, not the DJG. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that.
I've always been like saying we could bring that back as like our own thing to get more action against these kinds of people.
But then
Okay,
another thing
now
is how do you find what classifies as the right type of person? Because obviously we don't want to
yeah,
go back and promote that message of like, oh, we need to kill everybody. We need to create bonk
yeah.
the conventions. We don't want to put that image. But how do you know how people are going to actually react until you put them in a situation like that?
Yeah, and you can never always pick the right person because who knows, you might have another cross who takes his job a little too seriously, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just seem to take it too seriously, and it's like, dude, we're not here to raid and or threat people to die.
I think
We're here to actually spread the word.
a good comparison between us as anti-furries and them as anti-furries is probably a Christian analogy. Like,
that is definitely a big one, but we're all driven towards the same one.
well, yeah, but
Now that is something I know.
I think you're misunderstanding. Christians and Jehovah's Witnesses, right? There's a difference between saying saying, "Hey, you should come to church sometime, maybe like learn about Lord and stuff," and then just leaving. And there's somebody else busting down your door and saying, "You need to love God right now."
Yes, okay, that's something, but I'm not gonna get too deep about. That's something Catholics do. They like to do that.
Yeah, me as a Lutheran, we don't do that.
Me as wait, I forgot the name.
Evangelical.
No. Why did I forget my own thing? I forgot.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, hold on. Pentecostal. There we go. I'm so dumb sometimes. As a Pentecostal, no, we don't do that. We focus on the Holy Spirit. Like we have prayers for that. And in Romanian, it's called Săruință. I had one for a Bible study Thursday, and there was, I kid you not, there was four prophecies being told through prayer.
Lutherans are a very passive group. We don't really like to go out of our way to promote God, but we don't have any like interference. Like the Bible is our guidebook, and God is like the boss. He's the boss man. There's no in between.
The boss.
The pastor, your pastor or priest or whoever, they're like the expert on like the Bible. Like if you have a question about the Bible, they can find the pastor for you. But that doesn't mean that they're the boss. They're just like the most educated.
The biggest work is the boss.
Yes, and a lot of the community is based on just Christianity alone. So that's where all of our motives come from. But I feel like they're forgetting because
that might drive them again to the right wing stuff.
Yes, but then again, it's not necessarily I say to go to right wing, but a lot of people misunderstand our like just our own concepts of our own religion. A lot of people, what I was talking about earlier, like a half an hour ago or something like that, of we like a lot of people like to send death threats to furries, but that's not what we're called to do. We're called to hate the sin, not the sinner. And a lot of people keep forgetting about that. And I remember, wait a minute. And Soldier told me about this as well. My brother, he told me about this. He's like, dude, I don't think you should be doing that because that's not what we're called to do. And that is a lot of people do that, and it's honestly really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really sad to me that people do this.
That's something else people pointed out about the docs too, is that they say that the docs are causing hate. They're causing people to be like hated. And I'm like, well, that's not what the docs are meant to do. It's saying,
yeah,
hey,
I think that's
your community has a problem, and maybe you should like either try to fix it or not hang around with the community anymore.
Yeah, or just say something about it. Like, open your mouth about it.
Yo, guys, what's going?
Swept under the rug.
A lot of people do that, and it's just pretty sad. Honestly.
Get away from me.
So, I don't know. It's just one of those problems. It's like you say something about it, but people don't really care. It's like, are you just saying stuff for what? Nothing?
Yeah. And,
Looks like it.
or if you speak out against it, you're the one who's
Then you get
causing
backlash.
drama
What are we talking
or
about?
causing issues.
We're talking about problems within our community and ways to like actually say something about it.
And-
where to start, brother?
Yeah, where to start?
We already started a while ago.
We're already kind of through it.
Yeah,
just
we're
talking
still
about
going. We're just trying to think of things because right now we're all pretty bored, and also this is my idea. It also gives me a basis on what I need to do for my video, and also gives Halo content, so it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, is he recording?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
No, subscribe to my. No. No.
No. Listen. Don't subscribe to, listen. Don't subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to Halo.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just-
that's what I was gonna say. And
that's
maybe
what I was-
I don't
along
know
the
how, but
way.
I'm still gaining subscribers. I haven't done
Okay, guys, let's get back
anything.
on topic.
Yeah, let's get back on
Yeah,
topic.
yeah.
You know, actually,
So-
wait, when I was here earlier, I noticed you guys were talking about like non-family friendly stuff.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did the
Okay.
topic change?
Because we've been cycling.
That's
through
how all
topics.
conversations happen.
Yeah, we just been like picking up topics.
Yeah, that's how conversation
Every
works.
week's gonna change.
Yeah, I was trying to like think of stuff because I'm not really like a hard thinker, and I want to like do debates and stuff. I've been like trying to train my brain to do more because I suck at debating, but this is helping me.
I see. You're not really a hyper intellectual now, are you?
No, I'm pretty stupid.
Clearly, you don't an air fryer.
I enlisted.
I
You
do
think
own
I'm
an air
smart?
Clearly, you don't own an air fryer.
I'm just a little welder, okay? Don't mind me.
Dog, I sold my soul to the government. Do it look like I'm smart?
Do you think he knows a thing or two? He's
Whoa,
been-
are you regretting the fact that you joined the army?
Are you?
Hell no!
I'm never gonna survive the army if I go.
I'm thinking about joining after high school.
The infantry
Anyway,
made me into the
um,
man I am today.
So let's get back on topic. Anyone have any other topics that we can talk about? Anyone have any other topics?
What have we
You-
talked about?
Because right now me and Halo have been yapping for a while. Let's give anyone else a chance that wants to say something.
Oh,
At this point, let's just talk
Subscribe
about
to
random
my-
crap.
I'll be back.
No.
in
Don't
like
get the
2
card.
minutes. Don't do
Oh,
it.
maybe
Maybe,
Thank
we can add a few more adjustments to the docs or something.
Yes, definitely we need
You
to add
guys
some
have a
adjustments.
whole
We need some
channel
advice.
for suggestions, and also, I've noticed this a lot about the docs. People will constantly berate it, and they'll make these whole long lists or videos saying, "Here's what's wrong with the docs, and here's why I don't like it." Dog, in every single one of those videos, you know what there is?
What?
If there's a picture of the docs, guess what's at the top? The very
What?
first line.
What?
If you have any questions or concerns or anything you want to change, here's my email in bright blue fucking text. If there's
Wow.
anything you want to change about this or say that it's wrong or anything like that, fucking send it to my email. That is the easiest way to reach me.
And then
But
they
yeah,
just make it
explain
into
it
like,
more
oh,
and
possible.
still
Losing Halo for the docs.
Literally going on Discord and calling my ass. That is the easiest way to reach me with a large amount of information.
I do it to you all the time.
Nah, bro. You know they can't do that. You know
It's
they
so
can't
easy.
do
I just fail
that.
all the time. I just bring him in VC for no reason
I've
sometimes.
gotten threatened by so many people on my Gmail. It's honestly surprising.
I know, and it's like you can take legal action
What?
against
I
that. People
just
are
got
like,
an
arrested,
email
but you can just not
15
do
minutes
anything.
ago.
No way. Was
Halo,
Hello,
you-
guy.
Halo, you know they can't email you.
Hold on, I
Let's
just
do
got
it.
hold on. I
Crazy
just
they
got
would
an email
email you.
like 15 or 16 minutes ago.
Hold on, screen
It
share. Let's see
reads,
what it's
and
about.
I quote, hello, sorry to bother you. I'm a fan from China and I really enjoy watching your videos.
Okay.
Oh,
Also, I have some materials I'd like to share with you if that's okay. From Bing Chilin.
That kind of sounds suspicious. Now.
I don't know. Let's see what else I
Screen share.
got
Screen
here.
share.
Army stuff.
Screen share. Let me see.
Army stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was it. Weird.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the wrong information, like if you get the wrong
Yeah, I'll be back
information
in
on the
3
docs,
minutes.
you could probably get sued for that.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Or you could
Yeah,
probably
so
like
be
bring
very
it up.
wise with what you choose.
Because it could be a
Also,
dog
but
stream,
also-
you know.
But also, by the way, so you guys know how porn is a big issue. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be very
I was
careful.
just wondering if I have to like censor myself. Okay. Because it's going on YouTube probably. But
Yeah.
It ain't.
so you know how like that's a big issue, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know if you all know about that the Democratic campaign ad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That had it in it. So here's the thing. I would love for the Republicans to actually ban porn. But here's the thing. And this, dude, when I had this like revelation, I was just in a place, man. But did
Okay.
you know that at the RNC, I believe 2024, they had an active, how do I say? They had an active like OnlyFans person speak at the RNC just because. Oh, and not to mention founder of sexual liberation movement Slutwalk.
What? I didn't know that was
Yeah,
a thing.
They had her speak at the RNC just because she voted for Donald Trump.
Nah.
Do you think they're gonna ban porn? Heck no.
No, that ain't happening.
It's the biggest issue in all of the world right now, and the freaking Republicans won't do anything about it.
Okay, relax,
what I
buddy. It's not
got
that
going
deep.
Jeez, dude, relax.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen,
just-
but it's just not gonna happen.
Don't spit on your screen, man.
I know. You can say all you want, but this world is just gonna keep getting worse and worse. The only thing we can do right now is just say things about it and just try to change people's lives. But majority will not change because we are in the end times. Believe it or not, we are, biblically speaking.
True.
Judgment
Oh.
Day's coming.
The day of the Lord is coming, and it'll be awesome and great.
I'm back.
A lot
Yo.
of people don't like to say that, but that's another topic that I
What did
won't
I
get
miss?
into. But I'm just been gaming and talking.
Talking about what?
Just we've been
Well,
talking.
technically about I forgot the chick's name, but it was something about her on a speech during the Republicans because she it was like for OnlyFans slutsome.com. I don't know, I can't remember.
Sorry,
bro.
my mom called me. I
Politics. We're
had
getting
to.
off topic again.
Nah, bro, you good.
We're getting off topic.
Yeah. Dude, there was a homeless person outside my house that was like trying to stab people with like probably fent needles or something. Don't quote me
They a
on that.
wizard?
but-
Were they a
Oh,
wizard?
Alright, who's
Oh,
coming?
dude.
This is not happening right
No,
now.
bro, I live in Oregon. It's the.
Iraqi
I mean, that's
smell
like
speaks.
average Tuesday, you know.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Or
Okay, I'm gonna end the video.
So, hey, sorry. Was anyone gonna like say something about what I said?
Oh, you said something about me getting sued for the docs or something.
Oh no, it was after that.
What? I didn't hear
yeah, the freaking banning
yeah.
porn and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what like. Okay, so because we all know this, Trump is a populist. He's not some sort of right-wing authoritarian figure, right?
Yep.
We're
What
gonna
I'm
have to wrap
disappointed
this up,
about is that they have the Supreme Court, to the extent of my knowledge, they have it, I think, majority Republican. I should actually probably look at that, but they have Republican House, Republican presidency, I think Democratic Senate,
Yep.
but yet they still wait. Is it? I should probably look at this before I make statements like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's what the landscape is looking like. So, but like, what's kind of like awe-stricken me is why haven't they at least proposed a bill that would ban porn nationwide? Why? Could it be because? So what?
They probably
be
have,
raising
and
this-
it probably didn't even make it past the chamber floor.
Yeah, because it's not a big issue because
And
government's like
that's-
actual big issue, but they don't see it.
And that's how you know we are en route to how do I say, can I say it on YouTube?
Friday clapping.
Sodom and Gomorrah. It's all Sodom.
Sodom and
No,
Gomorrah.
I was gonna say, you know what happened like,
Okay.
you know what happened with like the Confederates and the Union, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how you know we're en route to that. And also, that's the thing with that Democratic campaign ad.
This isn't bad.